For a baked salmon and broccoli casserole. Sounds pretty good, actually.
It does. And the source presents it as like super easy, creamy, full of flavor, good for lunch or dinner.
Right. So our mission here isn't just reading out a recipe, is it? It's more about why this specific combo, this method, is being highlighted.
Exactly. We want to kind of unpack what makes it supposedly so simple and effective for, a quick meal. What can we learn from it?
Okay, so the dish itself, baked salmon and broccoli casserole. The source really pushes the easy angle.
Yeah, creamy and satisfying are the other keywords they use, aimed at making your life easier, basically.
So let's get into the nuts and bolts, the ingredients. What are we working with?
Pretty straightforward stuff. First up, broccoli, about 300 grams.
And it says frozen or fresh.
Yep, either works, which is handy. Then 150 grams of cherry tomatoes.
Adds a bit of sweetness, I imagine.
Probably, yeah.
Yep.
And the main event, 350 grams of fresh salmon.
Okay. And cheese, you mentioned creamy.
Right, 125 grams of mozzarella. That comes in later, though.
Got it. So broccoli, tomatoes, salmon, mozzarella. What about flavor? Just salt and pepper?
Well, the recipe's quite specific on salt, half a teaspoon over these main ingredients.
Okay.
But then it gets interesting. It says your favorite spices.
Ah, so you get to choose.
Exactly. It suggests things like paprika, oregano, pepper, but basically it's up to you. Gives you a little control there.
Nice. Bit of
Right.
personalization. So that creamy part,
Mhm.
how does that happen? Is it just the mozzarella?
Not just the mozzarella. There's a separate sauce you pour over everything. It's really simple.
Okay, what's in it?
4 eggs, 200 milliliters of cooking cream.
Ah, there's the richness.
Yeah, that's key. And another half teaspoon of salt just for the sauce itself. You just whisk those together.
So it's like a savory custard mix that bakes around everything else.
Pretty much. That's what binds it and gives it that creamy texture, along with the melted mozzarella on top, of course.
Makes sense. Okay, so walk us through putting it together. Is it really just dump and bake?
It sounds pretty close. First, oven preheated to 180 Celsius. That's 356 Fahrenheit.
Standard baking temp. Got it.
Then you grab a baking dish. Just one.
Always a bonus. Less washing up.
Definitely. You arrange the broccoli florets, the cherry tomatoes, and the salmon pieces right in the dish. No pre-cooking needed.
Just layer them in raw.
Seems so. Then sprinkle over that first lot of salt and your chosen spices.
Okay, season raw ingredients in the dish. Then the sauce.
Yep, pour that whisk egg and cream mixture evenly over everything. Make sure it gets in all the gaps.
Coat it all. And the final step before the oven.
The mozzarella. Sprinkle that 125 grams all over the top.
Right, for that golden crust. Okay, oven time. How long are we talking?
The recipe says 50 to 60 minutes.
That's quite a range.
Yeah, depends on your oven, I guess. You're looking for it to be golden brown and, importantly, set.
Yeah.
So not jiggly in the middle.
Gotcha. And then?
Serve warm. That's it. The promise is creamy, nutritious, satisfying.
So pulling back a bit, what's the deeper takeaway here for you listening? It feels like a lesson in, well, efficiency.
I think so. It shows how you can take good, nutrient-dense things like salmon and broccoli, add a simple binder like the egg and cream mix,
Use a really basic cooking method, just baking in one dish.
and end up with what sounds like a pretty complete and balanced meal. It skips all the fussy techniques.
Which is often the biggest hurdle on a weeknight, right? Finding the energy for multiple steps and pans.
Totally. And it challenges that idea that simple food has to be boring, or that healthy food is complicated to make.
Yeah, this recipe suggests you can have easy, healthy, and tasty if you just combine basic things smartly.
It's about elegant simplicity, maybe. Makes you think, doesn't it?
It does. What other seemingly complex things could actually be quite simple if we just found the right core ingredients and applied a little heat?
Something to chew on, maybe quite literally after trying this recipe.